guys, Manifest here. So today we're doing something a little bit different. I got old footage going in the background while I talk about my experience with doing art, drawing superheroes, and all that kind of stuff. So, growing up as an aspiring artist, I wanted to draw superheroes. That was my big thing when I was young. I wanted to draw like they did in the comic books. And I think that's where a lot of people actually stem from, like artists and stuff, was seeing art and then wanting to replicate it. So growing up, I kind of at the age of like 7, 8-ish, kind of started trying to draw superheroes and things. But I really didn't get into it because I couldn't draw like the comic books. You know, I couldn't mask what they had. I couldn't do it exactly like it was. And to this day, I still cannot copy an exact picture. I can get it pretty close now, but still not dead on. But growing up, it was kind of not really, I wasn't actually interested in art. In fact, I think I wanted to be an electrician or something, and now I'm kind of leaning towards an art job. But growing up until about grade 10-ish, I knew I had to take a course, an arts course, which was either music, art, or drama. And so I said, all right, well, let's take an art course. And that's really when this kind of all started, was in grade 10. I took this art course and I started drawing what I wanted to draw, which in my head was superheroes. And like I said, it kind of went the same as when I was 8 years old. It didn't really work. Things didn't look right. It was all kinds of everything, and it wasn't that great. But I'll tell you the truth, when you're doing art for a teacher, it's different than when you're doing art for yourself. So if I just go around and start trying to draw things without exactly having a purpose for it, I find my drawings get a little messy and they're not as good as you guys will see me draw. And that's because I usually find I need a purpose or a reason for drawing what I'm drawing. And that reason right now is YouTube, and stuff like that. But it was messy, but it was a little better than what I had done from when I was 8 years old. Flip forward like a month, maybe 2 months in, I started actually getting half decent at it. There's that stage where your friends look at your artwork and they kind of laugh at it because it's not that great, and I'm sorry if you have friends like that, but you know. And then a month or two in, I started actually getting pretty decent at it, and then the friends all turn around and they're all like, oh, well, he's actually pretty good at art. But there's always that learning curve, and the learning curve is something that most people just kind of don't work through. It's that thing that people don't want to deal with, like it doesn't exist. But art is one of the biggest learning curves ever, because you just have to learn so many things when you're drawing superheroes or just drawing anything really, especially with superheroes though, because people are some of the hardest things to draw, and I think that would make sense to any artist and anyone, because you have to get the whole body shape right, the whole face shape right, and facial expressions are really, really hard to capture. As well as hands, the fingers can manipulate all wrong and it'll look very weird if you don't do it right. But yeah, fast forward like a month or two in, I was starting to do some cool things. You know, it still wasn't really great art, however, it was pretty good. So about 3 or 4 months in, when the semester kind of ended, I was getting pretty good at what I did actually, and it was really exciting for me. And then I kind of jumped into summer, and I kind of stopped what I was doing actually. And I think that was kind of a bad decision for me, because thinking of it now, I could have been much better if I just kept working through the summer on it. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't have a reason to work on something, so I just didn't. I mostly played video games and did nothing. But if I have a reason to do it, I will do it. So kickstarting into grade 11 and stuff like that, I am in an art course right now, and that's kind of when I decided to start doing this. I've had my reasons for wanting to be a YouTuber for a long time. I like commentating, I like doing this kind of stuff, but I haven't really had the means to do it. I don't have a nice computer, I don't have things like that. And I said, well, alright, let's start a drawing channel because I like to draw and it gives me reason to hone my skills in with art. So that's kind of where I am today. I picked it up again in grade 11 and now I'm drawing constantly day in and day out, and each day I'm getting better and better with things. I've noticed it, I hope you've noticed it. But that's kind of been my life story with art and how it's been. And if you guys want to learn how to draw like this, it's just patience and going past the learning curve. And it all depends on what you want to draw too. Like if you want to draw animals, it's going to be much easier to draw animals than it is to draw superheroes per se, because body shapes are easier to get on the animals. But I think that's all I gotta say about that. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. I will catch you guys in the next video. Manifest out.